In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to clone virtually any e-commerce landing page that you find out there and how to do it in under 10 minutes. So we're going to be using Claude Code for this. I'm going to go through the entire workflow start to finish. I'm even going to give you away the agent file that I'm using to actually complete this process. Just click the link in the description and grab it completely for free. But just make sure that you watch this entire video all the way through, or else you're not going to know how to use the fucking thing. So I'm going to open up Claude Code and I will see you in there. We are now in Claude Code. So I'm not going to go through how to set up Claude Code. There's plenty of other videos that's going to show you how to do that. Very simple. And in that file that I give you, it gives you a quick breakdown on how to actually set this thing up. But all you need to do is that agent file, just put it into a folder on your machine. And then when you come to Claude Code, you're going to open that folder and then work within it. All we're going to do is just say read agent file. We're creating an advertorial today. Something simple like that. Then it's actually going to go away and read the entire file for us. And all we really need to do is give it a reference URL, the URL for our brand, and if you want to, you can give it some direction on copy and angles. But for this example, I'm just going to let the AI do the entire landing page just to show you what comes out. So as you can see here, it's going to say, do you have the reference URL? Do you have your brand, a CTA URL, article length, shorter, same or longer than the reference? Do you want it to be a Replo one or a Shopify built-in custom liquid section? So you just give it all the answers that you want out, and then it's going to go away and do it. So I'm going to load this up with my answers. I'm going to be using a Hugterra advertorial. I'll show you what that looks like in a second, and then we're going to do it for the 8 sleep mattress. I've just said PDP as the URL, same length as the reference, use lots of images in the design. This is also where you could put in if you want certain headlines, certain angles. I'm just going to say you write all the copy and then just give me a plain HTML preview. So I'm just going to say that. That's obviously where you would say like Replo or Shopify. So just to show you what we're working with here, this is the reference advertorial. Quite a clean advertorial, very simple in its design. And hopefully we get something that looks very similar to this. And this is the URL for 8 Sleep. So this is going to be quite interesting to see how it pulls out the images and stuff from this and see what kind of output we get in the copy, because it is very image heavy in here. So let's go and see how Claude is getting on. Okay, so the way that this thing works is it's starting phase 2 and 3. Basically what it's going to do is it's going to scrape both of these URLs. It's going to take screenshots of both landing pages so that they can get like a kind of feel for the design, and it's also going to scrape for image URLs. So there you go, it's actually just pulled up my browser and then it's going to go and start actually scraping the Hugterra advertorial. Okay, so that took roughly about 10 minutes. Now, I'll be honest, that wasn't a one shot, that took 2 shots. The first one that came out just didn't look great. It looked a tad too much like the reference and didn't have that 8 Sleep feel. So I just gave it a simple prompt inside Claude Code, and I just says, take another look at 8 Sleep's URL and make sure that you're using the same font, add more images. There was a few images that were like kind of cropped, and I just pointed them out to them, and then 5 minutes later it popped this one out. So if you look at the copy is always going to be very similar to your reference. So when you are choosing one, choose one with good copy, because it is going to follow the same patterns. But yeah, as you can see, this looks pretty sick. Really like this little part, because if you look at the 8 Sleep website, it is very minimalistic, and you know, this looks like it could be one of their advertorials. Got like the testimonial sections, and then some more reviews, what to expect in the first few weeks, night 1, night 3 to 5, week 2, week 3. Got some awards here, risk reversal there, and then we've got our little CTA section, and then we've even got a little countdown here as well. So that is it, start to finish. I said this at the start, is this the perfect one-shot advertorial method? Probably not, but is it good enough? 100%. And it means that you can edit this on the fly when you're in Claude Code. I think people are a little bit scared of Claude Code when they're using it, just because when you first open it up, it can be a little bit scary. But all you need to remember is it's just like a chat. And if there's certain parts inside the advertorial, like I do this all the time, I'll like pull up the advertorial and then I'll just screenshot like certain parts of it and then be like, you know, let's say we wanted to change this little sidebar here. and then I was like, you know, I wanted to add something in here or add another bullet, change the image. I just screenshot it and then I'll just put it into Claude and then say, change this part to XXXX, whatever you want to change it to, or change the font, or, you know, change this block of copy, and, you know, you can just edit it on the fly. And this is probably the perfect way to actually learn how to use Claude Code, because if you just dive straight into like starting to build your own agents with big multi-step workflows, you're going to freak out and it's just going to be a fucking headache and you're not going to be able to understand it. So hopefully you've learned some stuff here, and hopefully you take that file and actually go and use it, and it doesn't just start collecting digital dust inside your Google Drive. Go and actually use it and play around with it, and who knows, you might even make some money with it. But yeah, that is it for this one, and I will see you guys in the next video.